Are good. Let's see what we got here. All right, y'all. Bill Kings Fantasy Football League. It's your man Tony D, aka the Random Multi Broadcaster. We are actually going through season 3 of this broadcast, 2024 season, week 4. I am joined by Fireman Rich and Morning Coffee, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays on Monday Rumble Studio. Rich, how are you doing?
Doing great, Tony. Doing great. Week 4 of the exciting football season here in the NFL. Good to be here with you and Michael.
Appreciate you, Mike. Michael George Bathurst, shout NGB. That's the hashtag. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here with you.
Gotcha. I'm checking on my notifications. Gentlemen, any updates from last week's performance? Anything we need to look for this week? Go for it. And then they pause.
Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay.
I don't know what I'm gonna
You
do.
opened the door for me. You know it's not good. A lot of injuries this week.
Yes.
Many of the teams are going to look like they did in preseason because all their key players are hurt. A really tough week if you're doing fantasy football. And the reason being is most of the people that they picked are not on the field.
Fair facts. Go.
So you also have to be really hyper vigilant right now when it's like this about the coaching. Because if everybody is hurt, then it comes down to who's the trickiest. And that's what happened with the 49ers. The 49ers last week got schooled by, the Rams. And there's individuals in this room that were saying the 49ers were going to take it all. And I said they looked old.
Still early, Mike. Still early.
Can I tell you something, though, that's really scary? Is that if you've lost 3 games in a row at the beginning of the season, the odds of you getting into the playoffs is like 2%.
Yes.
If you've lost 2 of your games and you've only won 1 game, which is unfortunately the 49ers, your odds of getting in is less than 20%.
Yes, that's true. Keep going. That's true.
Yeah. So let's get it going so we can do stuff at the end too.
We will. I appreciate that. Thank you. Rich, anything you want to add?
No, I just said all the New York teams won, so I was surprised at that. I'm still betting against the Jets and Giants this week, and the Giants they or was that last week? Last week there.
Well, the Jets lost last week.
Oh no, the Giants lost to Dallas. Okay,
but that was a good game, buddy.
Yeah, it wasn't.
That was close.
It's still sloppy play though. That was a sloppy. It was a close game. As far as it was just sloppy. It just as far as that goes. But it's typical Giants. That's what to be expected this season. And Bills, I'm real happy with the Bills. I think the real test is going to be today, because even though the Baltimore Ravens are in their losing, they're not really all together as far as that goes too. But it's going to be a matchup. This is going to be one of the tough matchups, along with when the Bills meet Kansas City. So I'm riding that Buffalo Bill ride there to every week and stuff like that. And I'm just praying that if Josh Allen doesn't get hurt, like you're talking about.
Right.
It's
a good point.
I mean, it's amazing what he can do. And then also some other quarterbacks. I think I saw a replay. You and Tony were talking the other night there on your broadcast, Michael. That
yes.
And when you said that, I had to think back. Aaron Rodgers wobbling a little bit, and I'm like, okay, I just see it in his face that maybe he's surprised. Okay, I'm able to still do this and stuff like that. So go ahead, Tony.
No, y'all go ahead. I'm gonna do something real quick. Go ahead, please.
But I thought that was a good. I haven't really seen him wobble, but you must be seeing something that I'm not seeing. That because he's playing. He's not playing like the Aaron Rodgers of old, but he's solid. He's hanging in there, and it's a team effort. If you look at the wins for the Jets, and he's the one that's starting it with it. So they're starting to gel a little bit. I think they have a chance of making the playoffs, I think, at this point, if they keep going the way they're going. But we'll see how the season goes.
This year, I've been most shocked by Saquon Barkley, how well he's been doing.
Except that one game where he dropped it. I was like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, but everybody has bad games.
Yeah, he moved on because
he looks like he's got fresh legs again.
oh God, yes.
Travis Kelce looks like he needs to maybe get
I don't
more
think
focused.
he's getting the touches though. He's not getting the touches though, really. I don't see him getting the ball that much though, because
oh, look at that! He
Mahomes
changed his shirt. All right, he's ready. He's in game
Yes,
form.
Mahomes has so many other targets and stuff like that to shoot. And that's the thing. You look at the quarterbacks, the successful teams that are winning right now. They're multiple targets as far as what they're going to. They're not just concentrating on one person. So maybe that's a result of Kelce not getting the ball that much. So
okay, Tony, let's go.
Mike is sticking to the format. Very good, Mike.
I'm being supportive. Let's go.
Very good, Mike. All right. We already at 21 cents odds. I want to thank everybody for coming through, and everybody for being here. Let's go ahead and do this. Week 4 of the 2024 season. Information is coming from NFL.com. That is the app that the league is being set through. We are going to do the stardom and sit-ins with quarterbacks for week 4. Recommendations. Make your own choice. It's going to show where everybody is coming from. They recommend starting Jaden Daniels of the Commanders against the Cardinals. I have no debate against this. However, I do not think we should expect too many points out of Jaden Daniels. The narrative is on the screen. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
He's projected. Real quick. He's projected for 20.6 points as far as that goes. So that's a significant number right there. His last week he had 28. So I don't know. It depends on how he plays. If he's consistent, he's 28, 13, 28, and projected at 28. So that's pretty high as far as that goes. Or 20, yeah, 20.6.
What you got, Mike?
He is going to annihilate the Cardinals because they suck on deep ball. They suck. They do. They're horrible. They're statistically on the long, they're horrible. You could throw it all day. And even if they get 5 or 6 of those bombs, we've got something that's completely out of control. He has the accuracy and the agility of, I don't know, he may end up being one of the top 3-4 quarterbacks in the league within 2-3 years. But I predicted this with Washington. I had a feeling that they were going to do very well in the next 2 to 3 years.
I'll be honest with you. Me and Brian actually talked about this. If it wasn't last season, it was the season before. I expected them to come up. They're looking good right now. I got to give it to them. I just don't know how they're going to do against the Cardinals. I think this is going to be an interesting game. Dak Prescott is recommended to start over the Giants. I have no debate of this at all.
They won that game, yeah.
We beat the dog snot out them boys. I'm going to keep it going. No disrespect to the Giants, but damn it, that was
There's going to be a lot of pressure on him, though. New York is pretty intense in defense. They'll get to him. And right now, I don't know if you know this, but Dallas is really injured.
Wasn't that
that was a Thursday night game? Dallas won, so it's a done deal. He did. I think he played fairly well, but it was a sloppy game.
Good morning, Tina. How you doing? Thank you for coming through.
Hey, Tina.
Yeah, Dak beat the devil out them boys. I'm going to leave that alone. Baker Mayfield of the Bucks against the Eagles. Mike, this is your world. Go for it.
He's got his hands full here. Philadelphia is no slouch.
I agree.
I think it's going to be a close game, but I honestly believe there's a very good chance that Philly will take it, and it'll be maybe by 3 scores. I'd still play him. There's nobody better than him.
Yeah, yes. He's projected to get 16.5 points, which is up there. Last week against Denver, he had 9.5, and then he was up in the high 20s. 29 is week 1, so I think he has potential. It depends on how the flow of the game goes. I would start him. He's a top tier. He's a top tier quarterback. He's a top tier quarterback.
It's no brainer. And Philly, Mike has said Philly's not who it used to be, so I'm going to find this game interesting as well. Sam Darnold of the Vikings against the Packers. Listen, and I told Mike this a couple of days ago. The Vikings have surprised me. We dropped the ball on any expectations against them. Rich, your thoughts on this one, please.
He's projected 15.6. He's playing fantastic as far as filling in for the down rookie. I think he's probably playing better than what the rookie would be playing, because I think the rookie would be playing, they'd be having a few more games lost and stuff, I think. So I don't know. I think he's found a team. I think he's found a team that he feels comfortable with and stuff, and he doesn't have the pressures like he did in New York.
Gotcha. What you think, Mike?
Oh, it all depends if Jordan Love plays. I would not play him. Minnesota has only one choice for quarterback, so this is the best choice, if you're asking me that. If you're
Right.
asking me briefly about the game, it is going to be a humdinger. It's going to be close. It's going to be physical. Minnesota's defensive line is really fierce. They
There you
remind me of the Ravens last year.
There you go. There you go. Key points.
Hey, Tony, what do they mean by when he's a QB4 in fantasy points? Is that good?
That's top 5, one being the best. So yeah, he's good.
Okay, so that's
Right
what
now,
they're showing as the expert notes, that he's a KB4 in fantasy points per game. So
QB4. Yeah, he's top 5 in
he's
QB.
ranked 5th in the yards and attempted 4th in passing rating. So it depends on the flow. If Philadelphia gets to him, like Michael said, that could be the variable.
Yes. I said it before and I'll say it again. I drafted him when he was a rookie and I got roasted. I'm happy to see the position he's in now.
Yeah.
2 quarterbacks that I drafted as rookies, Sam Darnold, Geno Smith. Both of them are doing good right now. I'm a happy camper myself. Geno Smith, I just spoke on.
So good.
Geno Smith versus the Lions. Let me tell y'all something. I'm scared of this game for both teams because they can both stop each other. They truly can both stop each other. I've got Detroit as my NFC Super Bowl pick, and I've got Seattle as a major problem in the NFC and NFL, period. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, Michael.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, why don't we do that from now on? I'll just jump in.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're going to alternate because you be taking. Anyway, go ahead, Mike.
I might forget. So
I'm feeling the love.
Oh.
Geno is absolutely one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Has been for a long time. Just hasn't had his footing. I think he's been injured on and off for years.
Good morning, Debbie. Go ahead, Mike.
Detroit Lions are pretty battered up right now. There's a lot of teams. I'm insanely curious why everybody's so hurt this year. This is crazy. It was quarterbacks last year. This year, it's everyone.
I think that's a valid point, Mike. Thank you for that. Go for it.
Just we have to look at this game as this could be Geno's game. This could be a game where he could actually dominate Detroit. And Goff has not looked great. Jeff has not looked great lately. He's been okay. So I think Geno this could be one of his best games. That's what I think.
Gotcha. Damn it, Debbie. Your ass is on timeout.
Seattle, they're playing great football this year. I think Geno's he's been playing good so far. His pass per yardage last week, 289. The game before that, New England, I don't think it's 327. So I expect him to get that. He's projected, just like Baker Mayfield, to get 16 points. I think he's going to have a good game today. I think Seattle. I'm watching Seattle because Seattle is they're impressing me as far as I didn't think they were going to play this good.
You know what, Mike? I mean, Rich, I'm going to tell you, I said there was a threat based on what Geno has done for the past couple of seasons.
Exactly.
He still has Tyler Lockett, he still has DK Metcalf. Walker, their running back, he should be coming up. I actually did see this coming. I'm happy for them. I'm just glad I'm looking right. I'm
right.
Looking right. Sit him. Anthony Richardson.
And good morning to Tina. Good morning.
Go for it, Mike. This was your world right here. Take this one.
They were fighting about this morning on my favorite show. I won't mention it, but my favorite show was saying if they have any chance of beating Pittsburgh at all, they have to have Anthony in because Anthony is the kind of guy that can score in the red zone. Pittsburgh is really insanely difficult to score on once you get in the red zone.
I tend to agree.
And Anthony Richardson, as long as he sticks to running, which Pittsburgh does not like, and he doesn't throw as much and uses his skills and only does, short routes, he should do really well. He just needs time. He's like a good stew. He just needs time to ferment. There you go.
Okay, in the expert notes I'm seeing Richardson's a QB4. He's projected at 17.5. I don't know what are they saying in the narrative to sit him? Just because
We got him as a QB4 the same way they had Sam Donald as a QB4. Really, this one's a little spicy. I know I'm not saying that the guy's a must sit.
yeah, but
Yeah,
he just
team league or have another trustworthy quarterback on their roster to get away from him this week. I give them that. He has suffered turnover problems reflected by his league high 6 interceptions, which includes 5 picks.
okay.
That's
Okay, I can see that, but then again, that's only one game. Last game he had 7 points. At the first 2 games he was getting 16 points. So if he gets another 16 points, he's on par. I wouldn't sit him. I'm with Michael. I would not sit this guy.
Yeah. He's going against the Steelers. The Steelers are undefeated. The Steelers are on the roll. I didn't see them.
Yeah, they're one of 5 teams that are undefeated, but
they're stingy on points.
They are very stingy on points, Rich.
They're stingy.
I got to tell you, they are very stingy on giving points.
Yeah.
You got it. And
That's
getting
the whole thing.
both.
Yes.
Both. They are stingy. They have problems.
It is hard to get points against them when they're gelling, and right now they're gelling. That is a major fact. So I understand this. I would tell everybody to make their own decision, but I get where they're coming from. Sit Caleb Williams of the Bears against the Rams.
I don't know. He's another one that's projected at 16 points. That's all I got to say. He's up there with the.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Mike. This Caleb Williams. This you.
Well, here's the thing. Los Angeles right now looks like a preseason team. Most of their players are injured.
Good point.
This is a great game for him to shine.
Yep.
He's not going to have the pressure that he usually has.
Mm-hmm.
I would not sit him. He needs all the experience he can get.
And he's got a great team that he's playing with too. The Bears are still solid. They're still a solid.
You know
team.
what? When you do football, you got practices, you got scrimmages. For a rookie, this will be a good scrimmage for him because the opposing team's not going to care when they're going against you. And you need that to build your repertoire or to get some experience in the NFL because you got a lot of love from your team, but the enemy is going to, your opponent's going to show you what the game really is. Mm-hmm. I agree. I wouldn't sit him, but I don't know if I would expect much from him on this game, points wise.
Yeah, it depends on the play out of the game.
Gotcha.
It all comes back to the play out of the game.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Mike. You disagree? Go ahead.
Because it's going to be sloppy football. Both teams are injured. Mm-hmm. He's missing some of his key players, but they have depth like Chicago does. And Chicago is one of those teams that can win on defense. And if, Los Angeles right now is vulnerable, very vulnerable.
I agree. They are vulnerable.
So I would not sit him. No way.
We just got to see if they're going to score. So I'll give you that. Sit Trevor Lawrence against Texas. I got no debate on this. He is not having a good season. At
this point, yeah, I would have.
He is not having a good season. Trevor Lawrence is not having a good season at all. And Texas is on a roll.
Yeah, that one statement right in the middle. Lawrence has 2 touchdown passes and a season high passing yards. They're just average. So, and you could see the frustration in the guy's face on the, especially after this last week there. Go ahead, Mike.
Something's going on with the Jaguars. I don't understand. Go ahead, Mike.
Houston was shaky last week.
Mm-hmm.
They have injuries. They're not necessarily talking about them.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe Mixon, who is a big part of their offense, is hurt. Tank Dell is also got bruised ribs. Nico Collins is starting to practice again, but is not 100%. And Damian Pierce has hamstring issues. That is most. Now, if you're going to pick someone in fantasy this week, guess who it is?
Who?
Crybaby. Stefan Diggs. This is the week for him. He's going to get lots of targets this week. There'll be a lot less crying. And I think he is still an insanely good receiver.
Michael, with last week's game, you're saying Texans played subpar. That the Vikings beat them 34-7. Do you think it's because the Texans finally met a team that's more superior than they are, given the start they had?
I think on any given day, they could beat anybody. We're talking Minnesota, anybody.
Yeah,
and I'm talking even in the playoffs.
Right.
But right now, we're not seeing full rosters. We got to get grooving here, though.
Gotcha. Last one, Matt Stafford. recommend sitting him against the Bears.
So you got Matt Stafford and Kirk.
He doesn't have anybody to throw the ball to, pretty much, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, this might be a good week if you have a better situation. I don't see this being a high-scoring game, only because Chicago is really good at containing people within the red zone.
Not the Cowboys. Not the Cowboys. We got the Rams and the Bears we're talking about. You said Cowboys.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry, buddy. I meant Chicago Bears are really.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sit Kirk Cousins against the Saints. I can't even argue this right now. I can't argue this right now. The Saints are on a roll. I cannot argue this at all. The Saints are on a roll.
Yeah,
And that was
I
good.
think they were shaky last week, though. They got beat, didn't they?
They may have gotten beat, but trust me, you don't want to sleep on the Saints. Atlanta
Yeah,
is looking good. They're looking good, but I can't argue this. I really can't.
Yeah.
Chairman Rich, go.
I was just gonna say the Eagles beat the Saints last week, 15-2. It was a close game, but the Saints, they looked flat compared to the romp they had in previous games.
Right. Against Dallas. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your quarterback recommendations
Yay.
for the 2024 season. Of course, NFL.com. We are now getting ready to go to running backs. Start them and sit them. Start Aaron Jones against the Packers. Yes. Any debate, gentlemen?
No, none.
No.
Zero.
Rich?
That's a good choice.
Rich?
No. Who's this? Aaron Jones?
Yes.
Aaron Jones projected at 12.1. His last 3 games, he's at 16, 4, 20. I think, I wouldn't set him.
Got you. Brian, see you here. Appreciate you coming through. Links got sent to you. I'm waiting on you. I know you got a good situation.
come
Probably
on,
just getting home.
Need
No,
your-
he's just getting home from work. He's just getting home from work. We're gonna give him a minute.
night shift. Okay.
Yeah, he got a nice shift. Start Tony Pollard of the Titans against the Dolphins. Yes.
That's a no-brainer right there.
Yes.
That guy's
Yes.
fabulous. He's phenomenal to watch running, man.
Let me be clear. Yes. I have no debate, no problem, no type
He's
of
healthy,
controversy.
too. He's healthy right now, which is great.
Yes. Yeah,
And
he
the
looks
Dolphins-
healthy in the run. Yeah.
The Dolphins have a quarterback issue, in my opinion, plain and simple.
They have a team issue right now, to be honest.
Zach Moss, start him against the Panthers, the Bengals. Listen, y'all better watch out for Carolina. I actually got this jersey on trying to get them motivated. I hope everything's working with Andy Dalton because he did show out last week. Everybody feels better with what they got going on over there, but the Bengals are not to be underestimated. I cannot emphasize this enough.
No.
I don't think any team
That's
can
true.
be underestimated this year because of all the injuries.
Mhm.
We're talking matchups of inches and better coaching and luck, a little bit of luck. The way
Gotcha.
the ball bounce. Go.
Let me jump in. Brian, try this browser. It works for me with Microsoft Edge instead of Safari. Everybody uses Google for the most part. If that doesn't work, you good regardless. Zach Moss with the Panthers, I would. I actually want to say this might be a good game right here. I think this is going to be a good one. Start Devin Singletary against the Cowboys. I wouldn't. You probably would have had to because he probably would have been one of the better players to gain points of that team. But
He's played pretty good ball.
yes, he plays fine. He just be on teams where he can't win, but he plays fine in Dallas.
I disagree with you. I think you should play him because honestly, Dallas against the run is absolute shit.
Did you see Thursday night's game?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm just saying
That was a fluke.
He had some good runs, though.
I'm sorry, Rich. Keep going. Give us the stats.
No, I'm just saying he played. I think he played fairly well, and just that the rest of the team sucked. He was only.
He was one of the highlights.
Yes, exactly. That's what.
Yeah.
Brian, add the browser, Microsoft Edge, to your phone or Google Chrome, and the link will work over there. That's what I've had to do, just so you know. I would have started him, but Dallas beat them boys into the ground. I ain't gonna lie, Dallas did. Najee, that's my man, Najee Harris. Start him against the Colts. You're not gonna get any argument from me on this one. Go, gentlemen. Holy smokes! Ed Lynn is in the house. What is up, Ed Lynn? How are you doing, sir? How are you doing? Go ahead. I apologize. I'm starting Najee Harris.
No, we love him. We should always
Yes,
give
we
him
do.
a moment. He's
Absolutely.
solid.
Absolutely.
His rushing yards for 3 games has been 70 yards per game. He's going 7, 7, 8 for the last 3 games. He's projected for 10. I'd start him. I wouldn't. Yeah.
The Colts are not good against the run, so I would play him for sure.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm starting him myself, period. Sit him. Rashad White at the Bucks against the Eagles. I don't know about this.
Oh no, he's good, man.
I don't
He's
know.
hot right now. I totally disagree. Totally disagree. Yeah, no, you're off on this one. He's going to do well, especially against this team. The Eagles again are not great.
Yeah.
What you get on this, Rich?
No, I agree with Michael there. Watching Philly, I think any running back that's up there, and this guy seems to have it. And I'm just.
I think honestly, I think Tony D could do okay against Philly.
They said White had the NFL's worst. That's last season, so
not this season.
Yeah, this season's a whole different. So I think with Tampa Bay, I haven't really watched Tampa Bay play at all. I haven't seen it other than
he's been rated one of the better backs this year.
Yeah. So
he's in the top 10. He's good.
I think that's a flock that if he's in the top 10, I'm going to be running him. Same with the quarterback. You get a top 10 person, you'd be stupid not to play him.
I have to play him even against the Eagles. I would. Ed, I see you with your comment down. It's the best day of life, as it always is. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you coming through. Zamir White of the Raiders against the Browns. They recommend sitting him. I
would.
You would? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
The Browns are really hard to run against. They're hard.
I give you that, but the Raiders are up and down with wins and losses. I never know what to expect from that team.
He's averaging only 34 yards per game.
Yeah, I would set him.
And other than the first one, but it's an average of 34, and he's looking at only getting. He said just 7. If he's lucky to get 7.5 points this game. I would sit him. I don't know, just based on the stats and stuff, and plus I think Cleveland's tough against the run.
Gotcha.
Edward, you're in our top 5 too.
Appreciate it, man. I'm gonna get in there. I'm about to get it right now.
Last year they had the prehistoric old Joe Flacco. They looked like a team that could have won the playoffs over and over again when he was. The only problem they have right now is their quarterback. Seriously, right. They're better stacked than they were last year. There is injuries on both sides. Cleveland just needs to either get Deshaun's ass on fire and get him back in the groove. He doesn't seem like he's present in the games to me. He has moments where he's good. Okay,
gotcha.
Let's go.
Josh Allen, Saquon, Kyron Zay Flowers, Pickens, Laporta. Who would I start in flex this week?
Laporta. That's who I think.
No, who does he start in flex with the others? Some's telling me Keon Coleman, and I'm going to go by a recommendation that Brian gave me. What do y'all think?
I like Keon Coleman. He's good, too. Gabe Davis is hurt.
Christian Kirk's on the Jaguars. He's not getting numbers right now. Joshua Palmer, I'm not sure. Chase Brown, I'm not sure. Braylon Allen, I've seen his name come up. I'm going to take Coleman out of that. Ayush Dige, I want to appreciate you coming through. Yeah, I'm going to say Keon Coleman for flex. I will. What do you think, Rich?
Too many names. I can't. You can't sort them out on the fly like you and Michael. So the one I like is Josh Allen. Yeah, start him.
Gotcha. No, he was already got.
Hi, Edward. Good seeing you, sir.
Is going to be an extra.
Edward, you got to be a guest on our show sometime. Do it.
One day we got to catch up with him. I'm going to say Keon Coleman. Ayush, appreciate you coming through. We're going to keep rolling. Sit DeAndre Swift to the Bears against the Rams. I wouldn't.
I would not.
Even though his numbers may be low, I wouldn't. He may find a breaking point. I think he's good enough to get it.
Is he hurt?
No.
Not that I know of, no.
I'll just say real quick, Tony, that's why his numbers are low on the fantasy. He's not really good. I would have set him if I had somebody better.
Gotcha. If you got somebody better. Sit Javonte Williams of the Broncos against the Jets. You know what? Even though I'm pulling for the Jets, I wouldn't. The Jets do have a defense, but I just wouldn't. Mike has been harping on Bo Nix with the Broncos. I kind of want to see this matchup. Rich, what do you think?
He won last week.
Gotcha. What you think on this one, Rich?
He's got 3 stars out of 5 on the matchup, 7 points his last 3 games. His yardage is only 23, 17, and 12. So I don't see any points coming from this guy.
I sit him too.
I agree.
Yeah,
he might get a touchdown and stuff, but he's not going to on fantasy football. And I'm thinking
if you have something better, do it.
Yeah, for
Yes.
fantasy football, but if it's team against team, he might get the winning touchdown and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
We're
Fantasy,
we're doing strictly fantasy though right
yes,
now.
yeah, I know, yeah, I know.
No, y'all are good because those are key points. Jesus. Samaje Perine against the Chargers. And I just talked to Mike about Samaje Perine a couple of days ago.
Hmm.
This is probably going to be because he won't get the ball enough to get major points. Other than that, I wouldn't. So I understand this narrative. This is going to be about him getting the ball enough to get points on the board.
The only
Carson.
yards rushing he's had after 3 games was last game for 25. So that goes to prove what you just said. He's not getting any touches. So I would.
Well, it's because Carson, every time he gets the ball, he's averaging 4 yards.
Exactly.
4 yards.
Exactly, Mike.
They were making fun of him, how slow he is, but they're calling him now the White Rhino.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm not doing this. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your running back recommendations for week 4 of the 2024 season. And of course, NFL.com. We are now getting ready to go to wide receivers.
Oh, wow.
This guy. Start him. Marvin Harrison Jr., the Cardinals against the Commanders. You have to. You have to.
Is he hurt?
Not that I know of.
For some reason, I think he's not 100%. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. I'll look it up. Go ahead.
They don't have it in the narrative. They don't have it in the narrative at all. So
No,
they don't. I don't see him hurt at all.
This
he had an issue at the beginning.
This week's rating is he's wide receiver number 6, 4 stars out of 5. He's expected 11 points. His last 3 games, his second game was monstrous against the Raiders, 130 yards receiving, 25 points. Last week he had 12 points. So I'd start him. Yes.
Absolutely. 25 sets of eyes watching us.
I'm not seeing
anything. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. Start DK Metcalf and Jackson Smith-Jigba versus the Lions. Yes. Plain and simple. Yes.
Deep ball.
Plain and simple. Yes. Yeah. I'm not even going to. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Both of them.
Eyes in this game today, ladies and gentlemen. You just might want to. Deontay Johnson of the Panthers.
They've got a good quarterback, and they're going to get the ball.
Yes, I did see something against Deontay Johnson a couple of days ago. I think he was on an injury list somewhere. I may be wrong. He went off for 26 finishing, and he could have more points too. Yeah, he should be good. Yeah, he should be good, even against Cincinnati. Now, mind you, Cincinnati is Andy Dalton's old team.
Right.
This should be a pretty decent matchup. This might be a very interesting and entertaining game. I'm not even going to play with it. Rome Odunze versus the LA Rams. I hope I said his name right. My apologies if I didn't.
No, you said it right.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're going to have to. You're going to have to. And mind you, like you said, the Rams aren't the same right now. They don't have much of an offense. It's going to be all defense for them. So Chicago Bears have to expose, and they're probably going to wear that defense down. Yeah, I'd start him. Khalil Shakir of the Bills. Start him against the Ravens. Is he phenomenal? Seriously?
Phenomenal.
Go.
This guy rocks.
Phenomenal. He is the best player. The best player right now, besides Josh Allen on that team.
Good.
Number one. He's tiny, and yet he always gets extra yards. He reminds me of Pinball Clemens. I don't know if you remember him from the Canadian Football League.
Never heard of him.
Oh, that guy you try to tackle him and he just bounce off you. And he's slippery. He's so good this year.
Good.
He is basically filled in the gap where Gabe Davis was and crybaby Stefan Diggs.
You're gonna get off of Stefan Diggs' case. We're trying to get more viewers. You're never going to be roasting NFL players and make them go against us. I'm gonna need you to stop. Rich, your thoughts on Khalil Shakir?
No, Buffalo Bills, so I'm all for him. He had a good game last week.
He's been phenomenal all year.
Yeah, he had 72 yards receiving, a receiving touchdown, 6 receivers for 13 points. He's projected, even though it's a low 7. I think with Josh Allen, he's gonna be getting some hits from Josh Allen for sure.
Roll with it, even against the Ravens. Good Lord.
That's going to be a great game,
guys,
to watch.
Phenomenal. Douglas of the Patriots against the 49ers. Really? A New England Patriots wide receiver against the 49ers.
Start him with the quarterback they have? I don't think so.
Well, the 49ers aren't 100%. This one is a bit of a stretch, but if you
Well,
need a stream
this-
receiver like Douglas in the matchup, the 49ers have struggled against wideouts this season, allowing the 5th most yards and touchdowns to the position. They have specifically struggled against slot receivers, allowing the most yards wide in 2024. There you go. Douglas.
You know, San Fran lost the last 2 games.
I understand, but it's early in the season.
And he's only projected for 5 points.
Yeah, I would
He
say
had he had 7 points last week against the
if you have,
Jets, 69,
if you have
and
someone better,
first
I
two games-
agree.
Yeah, I would. This guy doesn't measure up as far as
No.
the stats. He's got 3 stars out of 5, but he's a wide receiver, number 68 in this week's ranking at fantasy.
Gotcha. We'll see how it goes.
Thanks for the stats there, buddy. Good job.
Absolutely. Sit him. Garrett Wilson of the Jets against the Broncos. I wouldn't. Ain't no way in the hell with a healthy Aaron Rodgers. Am I going to sit Garrett Wilson while they're on a winning streak? No, I cannot.
Yeah, they have great chemistry. Those two. They're just starting to get good.
Yes, I can't do it. I will start by saying Wilson is not a must sit, but if you're playing in a 10-team league or are loaded at wide receiver in a 12-teamer, you can still clear. So I get that narrative. Wilson has not experienced the start to the year that we had hoped for, as he has just had 150 yards and 1 touchdown through 3 games. He has yet to finish as a top 25 receiver in any week this season, but his place here is largely because of the matchup against the Broncos, specifically Patrick Surtain II, DK Metcalf, George Pickens, and Mike Evans were all held to under 30 receiving yards against the Broncos. Wilson has played some tough corners during this early season slump, but Surtain is the best of the bunch. So this is based on points amongst wide receivers.
He's ranked this week as number 14 in the wide receivers ranking.
Yeah,
projected 8.9. So I would set him. Now Rodgers is going to be going to this guy, so it just in the Broncos,
it's going to be a high game. I think.
Yeah, I would not.
Points amongst wide receivers in the league for But I would get him because he might break out.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
He might break out. That's why
Is that what you're saying?
I say that. Yeah, they may break out. Sit Jalen Waddle against the Titans. That's going to be because of the quarterback issue. I cannot agree with this one.
And he's ranked as
I cannot disagree with this one. Yeah. I cannot. I have no debate on this one. They don't have
a very good first game against Jacksonville, but the game against Buffalo and Seattle the last 2 weeks, sub 5-point games and stuff like that.
So you don't like Skylar Thompson? Is that what you're saying? He's the quarterback.
We don't know about him right now. We don't.
Well, no, Skylar, I think he's a good quarterback, but
so do I.
He only played 1 game, Michael. Okay, so it's just like
no. I'm not saying anything bad. I think he's a good quarterback, and I think
last week he didn't. This wide receiver didn't get any touches from him. So
well, maybe that'll change this week.
Yeah, well, that's just thing. But right now, I think if I had somebody better, I'd start somebody.
A lot of these reviews are also based on last week's performance, so I see where they're coming from.
He's been injured, and I think he's coming out of it where he's ready to shine again. He was injured for quite a few weeks, so I think he's ready to play. He might see more touches.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, he's only seen 13% of the target sharing there from the quarterback position.
Gotcha. Sit Michael Pittman of the Colts against Steelers. We just talked about this earlier. What do y'all think?
That's an interesting one.
He hasn't been great this year.
Yeah.
I would sit him.
Gotcha. I think I'm going to have to go with it myself. Sit Cortland Sutton of the Broncos. You know what?
Oh, I don't know about this one.
Man. Yeah, I don't know about this one either. I think still a good choice.
Mike is harping on Bo Nix. He had a game. I'm going to say no to this one myself. I'm going to say no to this one myself, even against the Jets. This is going to be an interesting game. Xavier Worthy of the Chiefs, sit him against the Chargers. Really?
Really? Yes.
The Chargers right now are so banged up. It's really bad how bad it is.
Gotcha.
It's comedy bad. Like almost half of their key players are gone.
And I'm watching ESPN right now. Justin Herbert, ankle, preparing to play for week 4. He suffered a high ankle sprain in week 2. So he was limited in practice all week.
The other game, he only played 2 quarters because he couldn't go on after 2 quarters. They had to put the backup in.
Unbelievable. I don't know if I would sit Xavier Worthy. I don't personally.
No,
myself.
I think he is primed to get a couple of huge. Like nobody's got speed like him. He gets a
Ladies and
step
gentlemen,
on
those are
you.
your wide receiver recommendations for week 4, the 2024 season, according to NFL.com. Mike, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize. You
No.
are correct. I saw him break out on the game. I am not going to argue you with that one. Like I said, I disagree with that recommendation, but we'll see how it goes. You are 100% on what you're saying. I saw it myself. I'm with you on that. Xavier Worthy is no joke. That, whew, Lord have mercy. Tight end recommendation starting. Brock Bowers
Love
of the
him.
Raiders versus
Love him.
Browns. Go for it, Mike.
Yes.
Rich.
That's it.
I would say so. Well, yeah, tight end. He's a good guy. Yeah. What did they say? Let's see. Brown. He's healthy. 20% of the target share. So he's getting. I would say yes.
Gotcha.
He's getting. 20%. That's quite a bit in the game. So.
Dallas got the Eagles against the Bucks. I'd start him. He's older as far as tight ends and in members of the league, but against the Bucks, he's got some experience. I think he'll show some endurance.
He's still fast. He is still fast. He's not slow.
There you go.
Yeah, I think he's quicker than Travis lately. Okay.
Rich.
I would say yeah. Go ahead.
Gotcha. Good. I'm good with it. I would have to
Yeah,
start
I
him.
am too. Yeah,
Jake Ferguson at the Cowboys
Love
against
him.
the Giants. No brainer.
Love him. Yes.
No
He's
brainer at all.
good choice.
Mark Andrews and Isaiah.
He's not been good lately, guys.
These two, you have to.
No, Mark has been weak lately, but Isaiah has been great.
Exactly. You want Mark.
Something is wrong with Mark still.
Beat up. No disrespect.
Yeah, something's wrong. He's not himself.
He was supposed to be number 1 tight end this season.
Yeah.
Madden curse. I hate to say it. Madden curse. Damn near similar. Straight up. Isaiah Likely, you want to get him, even against the Bills. Yes. Tyler Conklin. This surprises me. New York Jets do not use their tight ends that much, but he has been getting the ball a little bit more. Historically, their tight ends be sneaking yards in. I barely catch when they do. So if they're going to recommend,
what are your stats like
for Conklin?
Rich? What are they? I'm just curious.
Go for it. Take a look at it.
Rich, do you have it in front of you there? I'm sorry,
yeah,
Tyler.
hang on for Conklin.
I'm reading the narrative right now. Conklin finished last week with 5 catches for 93 yards and 6 targets. This could be another big fantasy outing for the Jets tight end. Not only have the Broncos allowed an 83% completion on passes to tight ends, but they've also yielded a 110.6 passer rating when tight ends are targeted. If Patrick Surtain II is able to limit Garrett Wilson, that will likely lead to the Jets targeting his secondary options more. The floor may be low, but with the bar of fantasy success being so low at tight end right now, Conklin is an upside shot worth taking. I like that.
Yeah, he's out of 5 stars, he's 4. He's a tight end number 18 this week.
Oh,
he's
good.
projected. He's projected for 4.2. I think he's going to get more if he gets the touches because his last 3 games, he had 9 points last week. The first 2 games weren't good. First game, he only had a half a point and then 1 point against Tennessee. New England,
He's a clutch player, but if you think
Yeah,
you have
yeah,
somebody
he's
who get more points, then go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're going to roll with
he
it.
has a potential if he gets the touches and stuff like that. And right there, he's 17% target share, so he's up there close to that 20%. So depends on how Aaron uses him.
Gotcha.
How's Dalton doing lately?
Dalton Schultz. They say sit him against the Jaguars. I would not.
Yeah, Jackson's awful.
The Jaguars are abysmal right now.
Yes.
Dalton Schultz used to be one of the best tight ends in the NFL. I refuse to sit him on this matchup specifically alone. Gentlemen, your thoughts.
Do you know why? You shouldn't, because everyone's injured. And he is one of the few, good.
He's ranked number 10 among the tight ends right now.
I would not sit him.
I would not. No, not there.
Unless he's hurt. He's not hurt, is he?
So much so that anyone who was consistency in volume would take a shot. Unfortunately, does not include Schultz. He has just 11 targets and 48 yards in 3 games, and he's yet to reach 5 fantasy points. Unfortunately,
he's below 5, but even still, he's up there. He has a potential,
and he's buried behind 3 big receivers. That's a fact. He's blocked.
Well, Tank Dell's not right. Nico Collins isn't right. So all they really have right now is Stefan, and they've got him. So yeah, I think he's a good choice this week, especially.
Gotcha. Pat Fryer, month of the Steelers. Sit him against the Colts. Like I said, Frymouth is consistent, but he doesn't get points. Remember, I told you that a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I've been seeing that for years. I like him as a tight end. He's all right, but he just doesn't get the ball.
What did he get last week?
Last week, week 3, he had 3.3.
Yeah,
He's
Tony's
under
right.
4 points, but
Tony's
among
right.
the tight ends, he's ranked. He's tight end number 11, but only 2 stars out of. So they're not using the. I think that's an indication he's a good. I think he's a good tight end. I've seen him
Phenomenal.
play,
He's
but
phenomenal.
I don't think he's being utilized. There might be the fact that he's not being utilized.
Too
Exactly.
many mouths being feed, maybe.
Mike Gesicki of the Bengals against the Panthers. Listen, I saw a game the other week. He still has it. He's been in the league for a while, and he still got game in him. Pause all that craziness, all jokes aside, for real, for real. I wouldn't sit him. This has got to be a points factor instead of a play factor. I didn't mean to cut you off, Rich, and I do apologize.
No, you're good. You're good.
I would roll with Gesicki. I would. And he used to be on the Dolphins. I remember him being down there. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
Go ahead.
I would sit him. I'd sit him myself.
I don't know. I'm on the fence. I guess if I didn't have any better, I'd start him because he has potential. Given the team he's going against, that I would probably end up starting him if I didn't have anybody better, because he is ranked number 15 among the tight ends this week, 3 out of 5 stars. His points aren't magnificent. Again, I think what I'm seeing here on the stats, if you're high up there in the tight end standing, but your points aren't that much, the team's not utilizing that tight end that much.
Rich, you know what it is? They have the 2 amazing wide receivers.
Right. Yeah, okay. That's a good
why.
pick. Exactly. I agree with that.
He's
That's
on
a good
the food chain. He doesn't need to be fed, and he's not as consistent as those 2, and they're whining.
That's a good observation, Mike. I think that's what it is. I'm just seeing that, as far as the thing. So that's
I'm a roll with Gesicki myself, even against Carolina. Cade Cotton of the Bucks against the Eagles. This has got to be because he doesn't get the ball enough, because he's a decent tight end. He did fine.
Another example, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'd have to play him. I would have to play him.
He's in the same boat though, guys. He's in the same boat where that team is basically 2 wide receivers and a half decent running game.
Which leaves the tight end open. So
and you have to remember that everybody needs to be equally fed, and we know that Baker loves his wide receivers.
Pause. Gotcha. We're gonna roll with it. Colby Parkinson of the Rams against the Bears. Even with the Rams missing their 2 type receivers, it has not led to much fantasy success for Parkinson. He has just 32 yards the last 2 games combined. In that span, he has scored less than 8 fantasy points. So he hasn't been putting points on the board. I get it. I'm not going to debate this one at all.
I think it's because of the touches, again, because his matchup is 4 out of 5 stars. He's a tight end number 16 for this week. So I think it's another example of they're going to the receivers.
Yeah, which is what you got to do to get downfield. I get it.
Yep.
And they're running the ball more this year, guys, than they have in years.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are tight end recommendations for week 4, the 2024 season, of course, at NFL.com. Kickers, we're almost done. Holy smokes.
Oh, we're good. We're rolling.
Yeah,
we're
rolling. I got to keep the pace before the filibuster begins, because you two are like Congress. I love it. But damn it, wait a minute. Stardom. Kaimi Fairbairn versus the Jaguars. No debate from me. None, gentlemen.
I don't know a lot about kickers, so I'm just.
I think it's a good kicker. He's a good kicker.
If you got a high-powered offense that gets downfield, you want your kicker to go in. And I think that was you talking a couple of days ago about how kickers are getting the points more than anything.
Oh, they are. Certain ones.
Because once you get to the other side of the 50, you get the field goals. That's how you get it.
Yeah.
Chris Boswell of the Steelers. Start him against the Colts? Really? The Steelers' offense have been moving the ball better each week.
He's not a bad kicker. I think he's a solid kicker.
Yeah,
I would start him only because there is going to be a lot of field goals.
Well, and the thing is, in the past, correct me if I'm wrong, Pittsburgh, they do kick a lot of field goals in their games.
Yes, they do.
Yes,
they do.
You want that. Cairo Santos of the Bears against the Rams. I think I would take this. I would take that. Yeah, that's a good recommendation in my opinion. I agree with this 100%. Chase McLaughlin of the Bucks against the Eagles.
I think Tampa Bay is Tampa Bay another team that
This is going to be risky to me. This is risky to me. This is a risky pick.
Yeah.
This is a risky pick because the Eagles can't stop you. Beat it or not, bad it or not, they can stop you. I'm on the fence with that one. I can't lie. Braden Narvison of the Packers versus the Vikings. Yeah. I told myself I'm not going to underestimate the Green Bay Packers anymore. I'm going to say yes. Gentlemen, and I know I've been rolling. But
I think they're going to have to kick a lot because Minnesota doesn't give up a lot.
I agree. Rich?
I would agree with Michael. Yes, it just Minnesota is. I think this is a home game, and I think they're gonna. They might attempt a couple of them, but they're going to be long field goals.
Yeah, like Aubrey did. I don't believe it. I can't believe they don't have Aubrey up here. He is beasting field goals, 65, 60 yarders. Oh my God, sit him. Cameron Dicker of the Chargers versus the Chiefs. Mike said the team is beat up. I have to agree with it. I'm going to follow what Mike said. He said the Chargers are beat up more than anything. I'm going to have to roll with it.
But they may have to kick a lot.
Yeah, this makes sense to me. Sick Greg Zuerlein of the Jets versus the Broncos. I wouldn't. No. No. Hell no. Sorry. No. I'm going to keep going. Jason Sanders of the Dolphins. Sit him against the Titans because they don't have a quarterback, in my opinion. And Skylar Thompson is banged up. There it is right there. There it is right there.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. So are they going to their third quarterback? Who's their third quarterback?
Let me know when you get there. The Dolphins are in trouble. Dustin
Hopkins. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dustin Hopkins of the Browns. Sit him against the Raiders. I'm on the fence with that one. I'm not going to lie. Matt Gay of the Colts. Sit him against the Steelers. We talked about this a lot. I'm going to have to agree. I really am. Ladies and gentlemen, those are kicker recommendations for week 4 of the 2024 season, of course, NFL.com. Gentlemen, I apologize for rolling, but we are almost done.
No, we're on a roll.
We're good.
Yeah, almost done. Thank you both.
We are here to support you, my friend.
Y'all doing it. You all have been doing it. Trust me. Steelers start the Steelers defense against the Colts. No debate from me. None at all whatsoever. Start the Cowboys defense against the Giants. Absolutely. I wish you would. Start the Dolphins defense against the Titans, mainly because the only thing the Dolphins have right now is defense. And the Titans.
They haven't won a game this year, right?
But it depends on two of the 3 games they should have won. They just made mistakes and stuff.
Good call, Rich.
You're being nice.
Good call, Rich.
I don't underestimate the Titans. I think they're tough on D. They've had some mistakes, and that's, like I said, I wouldn't. They're saying sit their defense? No,
start the defense.
Oh, start. Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Start the Dolphins defense.
Okay, start.
Now, sit the Titans defense against the Dolphins. This I'm not sure about. Tennessee's defense has not had much fantasy success this season, but Miami's offense has not had much success without Tua Tagovailoa. Plus, with Skylar Thompson leaving early last week, that will leave third stringer Tim Boyle. There you go, Mike, in line to start, unless the Dolphins recently acquired Tyler Huntley. I remember that name, Tyler Huntley. I feel optimistic about that. I remember that name.
Do you?
Boyle has thrown 4 touchdowns and 12 interceptions in his NFL career. Even if it is Thompson, he has been sacked on 15% of his dropbacks. The Titans are a streaming option this week. You know what? Something about Tyler. Do me a favor. One of y'all pull his name up for a little bit before when we finish this. I got to see something about his history. Something about him is giving me a little optimism about the Dolphins. I don't know why.
I could ask Alexa if you want.
No. Well, you ask her and let me finish this because she'll give you an answer. The Raiders start their defense against the Browns. I agree. Now, I don't know what they're going to do, but I agree. The Raiders are up and down with wins and losses, in my opinion. I never know what the hell to expect from that team. I really don't. And like you said, the Browns have a QB issue. I've got no debate against this one. Gentlemen, is there any disagreements, any conversation that we need to have about those?
No, that's pretty clear.
Gotcha.
Now, this next one, Tony, you're going to have to, I think the way it's set up when I'm looking, you're going to have to combine these two because see what I'm seeing?
I already know what's coming. The Ravens, their defense against the Bills, I wouldn't. Ain't no way in the hell. Now, sit the Bills defense against the Ravens. I wouldn't. Ain't no way in the hell.
I wonder if that's an indication of a good game.
It is an indication of a good game, but you're also talking about 2 of the best teams in the AFC, period.
Yeah, but Buffalo's beat up pretty bad in defense right now. They are, sorry.
You said that. I remember that, but I still wouldn't do it. The Chargers sit their defense against the Chiefs. You said the
Yes.
Chargers are banged up. I'm
No,
not
they're
going to
bad. It's not
Yes.
good. That could be a bloodbath.
Yeah, this one, Seattle Seahawks defense against the Lions.
That's gonna be
No.
a great game. Oh
No.
my God.
The most fantasy points a defense has scored against the Lions this season is 5. The Seahawks D opened with a very favorable schedule and turned in a nice performance or two, but the ride is over this week. This has a chance to be a very high scoring game. Like, I think I'm going to have to agree with that. I want to see this game. Sit the Broncos defense against the Jets.
Sit them? No. They're Denver's got. They're going to be chasing after the Jets.
Yeah. I don't know. Don't make me start talking, John. Ladies and gentlemen, make your own decision. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your defensive recommendations. Week 4 of the 2024 season, of course, NFL.com. I have ran through what I wanted to do. Gentlemen, the floor is open to you too. We've got a good 35 minutes left. 26 sets of eyes. We have peaked at 28. I want to thank each and everybody for coming through. All of you watching, even not commenting, sharing, all that good stuff. Thank you all. The floor is yours, gentlemen. Let's talk.
Well, I just want to go back to what Michael said, that the Bills are banged up. They only have 3 players that aren't going to be playing. A linebacker. What's OT? What's that? Outside
tackle.
Okay, off. And then CB, they're out.
Cornerback.
Josh Allen, he does have they're listing the left hand, but he played phenomenal as long as that. As far as on the Baltimore side, they have Tyree Lindbergh, the center, he's questionable.
Mm-hmm.
And then Andrea Voorhees, the guard, he's questionable. So neither team is really that banged up on injury wise and stuff like that, as far as key players.
Gotcha.
Rich, their line is not great as it is. So if you lose even 1 or 2 key players that keep it together, it's like having a hole in the boat.
Yeah, but the thing is, Michael, they were saying last game, the announcers, that they were questioning but the people the young guys that they have on the bench for the Bills, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. That's why I would question, are they really that banged up? They're banged up, but they've had people that can come in and they've been playing together for a while to where they're winning games. They're 3-0. They're one of 5 teams that are 3-0, and I think
I agree.
They're going to be the ones.
Yeah.
One of a few, maybe 2 or 3 teams that are going to be 4-0 after today. But
that's a tall order. I think that's going to be close. And I love them, but the Ravens have the ability to beat them. None of these are given. The other thing with them is it's been a really emotional ride for all of them. They have been depending maybe a little bit too much on Josh. Josh has had to be out of the way. If you've seen how he's had to scramble, it has been unbelievable. Like, he is elusive now. Like, I think he's faster than I've ever seen him. And he's doing deeks and flying over guys and actually hurting other linemen.
Yeah.
He's 250 pounds.
Yeah.
And he moves like he's 200. It's crazy the gifts that he has. I don't think he can sustain that. And it's the same thing with Lamar. What do you think, Tony?
I'm watching the news. I apologize. Go for it. What were you talking about? No, I am. I'm trying to keep up with the update. I'm looking at the injury reports on fantasy football now.
Yeah.
So I'm missing what you all are saying. What are you asking, honestly?
No, well, tell us about the injuries then. What's going on?
Rondale Moore inactive. They got the rankings on the quarterbacks and everything. I'm trying to see Tyler Huntley. What did you get on him?
I can give that to you right now. He was the backup to Lamar Jackson. And he had a brief stint with the Browns.
That's right.
And now he is the spotlight of Miami.
He had good numbers with the Browns and the Ravens, did he not?
I don't know about that, but he showed great promise when he was with
Baltimore.
Yeah, and Baltimore only didn't use him because Lamar is so good.
They didn't use it because Lamar was trying to get back on the field. He didn't want to lose his spot. Let me go ahead and do this.
Sure.
Tyler Huntley is going to be a factor.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to be a surprise. I'm gonna make a prediction. Dolphins gonna win today. Did I get Miami down, Rich?
I don't know. I'm going to check. You saying that? I'm going right to the thing here right now. Let me see what the takes are because, like I said, it doesn't look like we have.
Brian, you still out there? Because I think you the one that told me about him about a season or two ago.
Captain Rehab did yes, but let's see. Tony, no, did you pick Miami? Where's Miami? Hang on, we'll get it in just a second. Jets, Denver. When do Miami play? When's Miami play again? Who are they playing?
Tony, I got it here for you. You can look at it.
Oh, it's a Monday night game. Monday night game. No, Tony, you got Tennessee. Are you going to change it?
Yes.
You're going to change it. Okay, you're changing to Miami
Please.
because I got Miami also. That was my pick. Was Miami.
Yeah, to a brief stint. Now back to the spot.
Okay, so I got that picked.
I got you, Mike. I appreciate
That's
it.
a Monday night. They got two. What do you guys think about the 2 Monday night games?
I'm good with it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because most of the players are against the Thursday night games.
Oh, really?
Most of the players
Oh, because of the short week.
Because of the short week, they've been against it, so I'm looking at both Monday night games.
Right.
Now here's the other controversy: they're taking out wrestling. Wrestling keeps numbers, so the NFL has to go up against wrestling on Monday Night Football. There you go. There you go. I'm gonna take that down, Mike. I appreciate that, but that is a decent narrative.
Real quick, seeing that we're playing about, I got it up there, Tony, as far as the for last week.
Gotcha.
Overall. That's how we sit last week. As far as Tony's number one, Ted and Michael is still sitting at the top for the weekly. Okay, I bounced up a couple points. I don't know. Captain Rehab, I don't got his thing, so he may be out this week. Overall, that's the overall right there. Tony, Ted, and Michael still holding the top. That's after 48 games, 3 weeks.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have a negative number, or at least be.
No, you're still riding that first week, 14-2, Tony. Yeah. That's what's keeping you up above everybody else.
Jesus.
So many professional analysts have been doing horrible this year.
Well, you look at CBS or Michael. That's Pete Presco on CBS Sports. He's trying to justify. He's just doing average, just like anybody else. You're no real expert, as far as some of those takes there and stuff. But he still writes a good article. Yeah, it is.
This year.
It is
really hard.
It really is. Yes.
Like teams that we wrote off are doing great.
Yes, Minnesota's one. I had Tennessee.
Seahawks. Whoever thought the Seahawks would have 3?
I did. I thought they were going to be a
Did you? Good for you.
I said they were going to be a threat this season. Tennessee, I thought it was going to be a surprise. They're making me look crazy.
Steelers.
Which give me 1 second. Undefeated. Yeah. There you go. There you go. The Steelers.
How many will be undefeated after this week, Michael? What's your projection?
I'm gonna take Seattle being undefeated still.
I think there's a good chance that Buffalo could still be undefeated.
Kansas City. Those are my 2 picks right there.
Maybe Kansas City and Minnesota.
I'm gonna stick with Seattle. Seattle's going to be. They're pretty much a threat, in my opinion.
What's the chances if they all were still undefeated? All those, wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah,
that would be beyond wild.
That'll be interesting. That'll make an interesting next a 5th week there. If they keep on going undefeated, they have the potential.
Yes.
Coaching, guys, if you look at that, all those teams have good coaching. All of them. Really good coaches.
Well, Seattle surprised me because Pete Carroll retired.
Right. But his replacement is very good.
Yes, and he left a good core team, which is a playoff team and definitive NFC championship threat, in my opinion, barring injury. I will say that. I thought Jacksonville was going to be okay, looking like trash. Seriously, Carolina may be a surprise if they work out with Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton may get them to 500 best, at best. If they gel with him and they have a good season, that's going to be very inspirational. Because I like Andy Dalton as a quarterback, and I don't think he's got enough respect in his career personally. He's been an outstanding quarterback. Mike, is there anything you wanted to add with what we got going on here?
We haven't really discussed the impact of how many people are getting hurt.
Go. Let me grab a drink while you're doing that. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, the league, for some reason, as much as they want to protect people, they're not. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but more and more guys are doing dirty helmet hits, head to head, where you literally can break someone's neck doing that.
Right.
And concussions are on the rise. So I think because the teams are so close now, and they've had to resort to running the ball more, and haven't you noticed that this year? It seems more like the football we watched in the 80s.
It could be.
That
It
the
could
average scoring is down. The average fantasy football points is down. Many teams are not giving up a lot of points. A lot of teams are having a rough time getting in the red zone. So we're seeing kickers that are winning the games for many a team, including the Steelers.
Yes.
So that's what I've noticed this year. A heightening in basically injuries and no-name teams that are suddenly now undefeated, that were considered kind of write-offs last year.
What you think, Rich?
Well, the number of concussions remaining largely stable from last year, 219, include those suffering in preseason and regular season games and practice. This is up from 213 in 2022, but still well below the high of 281 from a few years ago. So as far as this year, last year was 219. I'm not seeing a number how many has gone so far for game 4.
Do you know what the difference is this year, guys, too? Is a lot of the players are wearing the helmets on top of the helmet.
Oh, yeah. That's a big noticeable thing there. Yes.
And that's going to save you from getting multiple.
And those people that are saying they look like bozos and all that, it's not affecting their play. So,
that's their livelihood. That's their livelihood. They got to feed their families. Come on.
We're trying to keep them alive as much as we want to watch the game. Anybody in the chat, anybody watching, if you have any Q&As for your rosters, now is a good time to bring them up. We do have a good 23 minutes left because I notice people coming in. What do you think about this? I'm taking all of that right now while these guys go through their part. I've done my part, so I appreciate it.
Well, I do have something.
Come on, Rich, bring it.
When Michael's done with the concussions there.
No, go.
Well, and your broadcast, Michael, you brought up, we're talking about all these divas, okay? Diggs. Yeah. You mentioned one there that's out in San Francisco. Yeah. And the thing of it is, I'm listening to that, and I had to do a little research, and this is off of Sports Illustrated, to get a little more clarification, because I think the missing piece is that people see that as like, oh, he made a mistake or something like that. But when you get down to the detail, that individual from San Francisco, the receiver, I don't want to say his name because I'll butcher it, as far as it's Kyle Shanahan's the coach. He's the holdout from San Francisco, but he did he wore the red shorts and he was supposed to wear the black shorts.
Oh yeah.
But he proceeded to remove
Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, he proceeded to remove his cleats. Now I saw the video. He kicked at the thing. He's like, okay, I don't think that was a real tantrum, but he's a holdout, so it adds. You're adding fuel to the fire there on his particular situation. Mm-hmm. And changed from the red shorts to the black shorts, which he puzzily had on his person. So he planned that. He planned that to the T. There was I have a good friend, a fellow firefighter that I used to volunteer, but he's a diehard San Francisco fan. His take is, all these wide receivers want the title, highest paid. He says it's stupid, no respect for the game, selfish. Hope you enjoy. As far as he has no, and I would have to agree with him on this particular. When we have, I've heard about Diggs, but when you see the actual, when you said what the videos, if there's a video of that, it's not going to make you look good. And I just thought he actually pulled the black shorts and he changed right out there.
Yeah.
And that, I think that's so disrespectful to the coach as far as that goes, because the coach came over and that's childish on him. He's a great player, but it diminishes when you do an act like that.
Brandon Ayuk got his money. He did hold out during the preseason, but he got his money. So he's there. All you got to do is stay healthy. And he's pretty much going to be the main threat for that team with everybody else hurt, unless he has an injury. I just saw the Raiders. Devontae Adams is hurt. I know he wanted to leave. I think that's a big blow to their offense. I'm looking at their fantasy rankings for specific players. Mark Andrews is ranked higher than Isaiah Likely this week as far as tight ends. So that's why I think they have both of them up there. A lot of the other players are still low. Mike, you normally have your graphics during the
I
week.
do.
Do you
I
bring up today?
I have lots. I just want to show you something.
Go,
It's
do
kind
it.
of
We
funny.
got time. Go. We got it.
You need to put it up for me.
I'm waiting on you.
No, it's right there. So I have a spiritual football. And I asked Grok to make me a spiritual football logo. And this is what I got.
Oh, shit. I can't. You know what? Roll with it.
I like it.
Roll with it, Mike. Roll
Is
with
that
it.
not absolutely demonically nuts?
That is
But you
not
know what I like
demonic.
most
That
about it,
is
Michael?
not demonic.
You know what
Run
the
Mike.
one
That is
aspect
your
about it
logo.
mostly-
Run that shit. I'm sorry.
I like the smile. The smile just freaking hits it.
It's
It's
not
like
a smile, Rich. That's because he has no skin. That is pirate. That is a pirate.
there we go.
Now look at the detail here. Isn't that insane?
That is AI.
That's AI.
That is AI and CGI.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Now
All
who's
right,
that a picture?
take it down for a second and I'll get you the right photos. Just
Who's
you
that
gotta
a
take-
picture of, Michael?
nobody. I just
Oh,
did a
okay.
prompt.
That's Mike with facial hair. Keep going.
Yeah, that's me in 10 years if I keep doing this show.
Oh my God. You're right. You're right.
But I had to share that. I just thought that was the most bizarre thing.
You ready now?
That's good.
That's a good logo though, Mike. You might want to run that. That is good.
This one is spooky. This one is spooky.
That's all you.
Isn't that wild?
That is all you. Between that one and the first one, those are the two logos you need to run with. That is all you.
No, but you can use
that
that.
says AI right there.
Yeah.
That
That's-
is all you. That's all you, Mike. That is your spiritual football with your music. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
That's all you.
Thank you. Well, thank you for the plug. I appreciate that.
That is
That's good.
all you. Rich, any more you want to add, bro?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I just my little bit there, just to follow up on Michael, which he made me look for a little deeper and stuff like that because it did get my interest. I missed it yesterday, but I did see that on a replay, and as far as that goes, so but I still see that. Go ahead.
Is that the missus?
Yeah, she's in the background.
I'll
She's
say hello, please.
the missus. Tony says hi. Hi, Tony. There you go. You got your eye. He's always looking for that eye.
I just gotta say hi to her. She's around so much. She's part of the group. I don't care.
Yeah.
She is a part of the group. I cannot find that logo that Mike gave me. I don't believe this.
Is
I'll
that
get
the
it.
one? Oh,
I'll
that's
get
the one you I saw the Michael's replay. Yeah, that you comment. I know the one you liked. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a very good one.
I cannot find it. I'm trying to get it so I can save it up here, and it won't let me do
It
it.
won't let you?
No. And I saved it too. I'm gonna find it. I just I'm gonna have to do something with it. I still need the one Smoke did. Smoke did. He was the first one to come up with a logo, then Ted, and then you. So I appreciate all of y'all. Like I said, these are the contributions to the show from the members and the supporters. That's why I want to have them so much.
Right.
Can we talk about this gentleman just for a second? I know it's in the past,
Sure.
but I
No,
think
we're good. We got a good 10 minutes at least. Dan
I
Marino.
think he is one of the few players back then that could still play today and play at a high level.
With protection, yes.
Yes.
He's
Have you seen the what's the commercial he's on with the other players there? They tried coming back and they're feeling their age in the commercial, Michael.
yes.
The commercial he's on right now.
I'm feeling my age now, and I'm not even a football player.
So put that down, and I'll get your logos for you, and we'll go through it. And you guys just
Sure.
talk for a second. I'll
You have
find
more
you.
than one. You have more than one. There
Oh,
was
I have.
two
Oh, I
of
have a
them
lot. They're not all good.
specifically for the broadcast, not that other bullshit.
But I love that we
Um,
have a little more time today, because usually we're racing.
Well, that's why I try to get it over with so we can do
Yeah.
this. I had to. Rich, there's some things you covered during the week. Anything you want to speak on now? Football.
No, I think we got it. We covered all the bases there, primarily on fantasy, focusing in on that and stuff like that, but mix it in.
Here's a good one to discuss if you guys don't mind.
Go.
We have to do the share here. Sorry, I think.
I'm waiting for it to come up so I can do it. You're getting good at giving other people control of the show.
Am I?
You say you don't get enough credit. I gotta let you know every now and then when you're doing it right. We got time to spare. That's why I do it this certain way and let everything go.
Okay, here you go.
That's what you're waiting on right there. Pick one to win.
Oh, pick one to win a Super Bowl. Oh, Josh Allen. That's Josh Allen, hands down.
Right now.
Well, you can't pick Tua. He's injured. You can't. He doesn't qualify.
Well, pretend you have a little glass ball. You're
Right
a
now.
gypsy.
Cincinnati doesn't have any major injuries, do they?
I think Joe Burrow still has a chance.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
If Cincinnati doesn't have any major injuries right now, he's going to
Yeah.
be the Jalen Hurts already has one. Does he not?
Yeah, no. Well, he hasn't won.
Well, he's got an appearance. You're correct. He's got an appearance.
Right. Yeah,
It's gonna
we're
be
talking about a
between-
win. I would love to see Brock Purdy change the narrative of how people look at
He
him.
was almost there. He should be the number one pick because he was just there. He was just there. I think I'm going to take Joe Burrow with no injuries on that team.
Do you know who isn't there that should be there? Is Lamar Jackson.
He doesn't
Oh, yeah.
have.
Okay.
He did good last year in the playoffs. Which was his best season in my opinion. Justin Herbert's fighting injuries. Tua's not physically stable. No disrespect to Tua Tagovailoa. I'm sorry, bro. Don't get your ass back out there. No damn more. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do not. You're about as hard-headed as I am, and I get it. Do not get your ass back out there. No damn more. Josh Allen, you should be up there. You damn near got robbed. Oh. Joe Burrow is the one you're going to. Well, Joe Burrow and them were just in the Super Bowl a few years ago. Wasn't he on the team when they went? Was he on the team when they were in the Super Bowl a few years ago?
Did they win it?
No, they didn't. That's the one they lost to the Rams.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was there. He was
He
there.
was there. So
Yeah.
all of them are pretty much Super Bowl quarterbacks. Big
Yeah.
juice is going on. I appreciate you coming through.
Hey,
Well,
Steve.
Josh Allen hasn't been to the Super Bowl, has he?
No, he has not. No.
So he's
No,
the
not
one
even
that
close. Not even. No.
all of the others were there. So I would say
It is
Joe
hard
Burrow
to
right now.
do, guys. It is one of the hardest things to do.
I'm gonna say Joe
Is
Burrow
to
right
get to that level.
now. Mhm.
Very
Mhm.
few individuals ever make it.
I'm going to say Joe Burrow right now. I'm going to say Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Josh Allen
I'm-
should be there.
You know what I'm looking for right now is your graphics.
I know you can't find it. I got it. It's on the messages. I got you there, Brian. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. He has to, for his own safety, for his life. For his life, he has to. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate you being here all this time. I'm grateful to all. We are sitting at 34 sets of eyes right now. I thank each and every last one of you for being here across all the platforms and even the shared accounts. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Seriously. I keep telling people this ain't about the money. This is just about us having a round table and everybody being there. This ain't nothing but a hangout for me. I do this. This ain't branded. This ain't monetized for real. We ain't made no money off of this. We just having fun doing this. This is what a lot of people look to have in their life that people don't have. Damn it.
Really? Yeah, exactly.
Shit. I said it. We good? Yeah, Mike found it. Here we go.
No.
Oh, he got something
This
else.
is something else. Yeah, here. I'm going to make it a little bigger. This was
Oh, yeah, Kennedy. Yeah, or Kincaid. Yep, Kincaid. Definitely.
so this is basically what they were thinking at the beginning of the season. These would be
Okay.
breakout players. Have these players actually done that?
Kincaid,
I
yes.
don't know half of these dudes.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. These were supposed to be the breakouts. Oh, I love that, Tony. That's great.
I'm pretty good
Love
at
that
this.
ink. That's much better.
Yeah, that's
Much
good.
better.
Yep.
For everybody in the chat or even watching the replay, a lot of these players I don't know. You all will have to tell me if they've been breaking out in their position for their team or not, because I don't know a lot of these names. Dalton Kincaid, I can't say that he has. Garrett
Well,
Wilson.
Spears was hurt, right?
Spears got hurt. Yeah, he was supposed to
Yeah.
be one of the better ones out there. Anthony Richardson was supposed to be
Anthony Richardson is a work in progress.
right. Chase Brown's name came up earlier from one of the questions we had, so we got to keep eyes on him. The rest of these guys, I don't know much about. I'm not even going to
Chase Brown has been okay. And I would say Zamir White has had flashes.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about Garrett Wilson. This is supposed to be his year, right?
Yes.
Dalton Kincaid is going to be fine.
He's playing good ball. He's a great tight end for the Bills. Great.
Dalton Kincaid and Garrett Wilson are going to be fine.
Yeah.
They are. The both of them are, honestly. The others I will need some assistance with. So, gentlemen, I'm good if you're good.
We're good.
We're good. 34 sets of eyes. I want to thank Tina for coming through. Brian, I appreciate you sticking around, man. Big Juice, thanks for coming through. Ed Lynn, good seeing you as always. And we appreciate you from way back, and we mean it. Who else we got in here? Debbie, I'm going to get on your ass when I get out of here, I swear. I told your ass more than once. Fireman Rich, ladies and gentlemen, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 0600 a.m. Rumble Studio, the morning coffee. Check them out. Fireman Rich, I appreciate you as always, man. Thank you. Michael Bathurst, Shot MGB. That's the hashtag. Check him on all platforms. He does AI music. He does spiritual football. He's working on logos for us. He shares the broadcast. He makes sure we get our chances to plug ourselves, and we plug him right back. Mike, I thank you from day one.
You're forgetting where we're the biggest hit. When we do our clips, when we cut them up and put them on TikTok,
you do that. That's your world. I think
we get 700 views hearing him be abusive to me. It's wonderful.
We get 700 views hearing my opinion. It's not abuse. What two do I sit? Reed, Olaf, Garrett Wilson. Olaf is injured. I did see something on that a couple of days ago. Olaf is the first one I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
The others, I will check the numbers and who they're against this week. But I'm going to definitely tell you, I think Olave or Olave, I forgot how to pronounce it properly, but he has something going on.
Yeah, he's been injured.
Yeah, I will sit him. Reed, I'm not sure about. Garrett Wilson, I'm not going to tell you to sit him down. I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, no, he's good. I keep him. Yeah.
Michael Wilson, I'm not sure about. So it's Olave, and one of the others. Appreciate you coming through. Tyler, thank you. We're going to drop it down. Get ready. Unnecessary Roughness, Nonsensical Nonsense Network. Football broadcast is up next, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Gentlemen, I appreciate you all. Everybody coming through. Thank you all the eyes watching. Thank you.
Yes.
Damn it,
Sorry.
Rich.
Better out than in.
Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you work with older guys. They're bored. I will catch you all. I might do something later on in between games and maybe later on the night. So keep your eyes open. Thank you all again. We're going to drop